Tuesday show, and Chris Patterson back with us from the city of Alexandria, the new rec director. They finished up the Rec 2 program, now getting prepared for after school. So you're staying busy.
It's busy, and actually been working on the after school through the summer.
Right.
You know, in some spare time. We're ready to go with it. We don't have concrete dates right now. We'd rather just
build on it, like right to you. Yeah.
Yes.
And that was a huge success.
It was a big hit.
It was, and we expected it to be good, but I didn't really expect. We had almost 2,000 people, you know, attend different places. We started to get people following us around, which is a good thing because they got to see parks they didn't know.
Yeah, look, everybody's having a great time. Fun stuff.
Yep.
So, is the after-school event going to be outdoors, similar to what the summer activities were?
Well, right now we're kind of looking towards Martin Community Center in the Sonia Quarters area. There are outdoor places, and you just kind of put all the components together. Just like with Rec 2U, we're working with community police officers.
Right.
You can only focus on that one area. There's some city facilities that are vacant right now that are all well maintained, which I have to admit, some of the best maintained public facility I've seen in a while. So even though there weren't programs in place, they kept them up. You know, it's ready to move in basically.
That's good.
So.
That is good news.
Yeah.
So you're hoping to have one program for the fall in one particular location?
Well, right now we're just looking at Martin Community Center. We don't want to discourage anybody and say this is just certain sections of town. No,
Okay.
this just happens to be the
everyone will be
vacant.
invited. Yeah.
Yeah, and once we get it ready, we may have it open for a month and a half before people really know it's open, because we want to get a good core of kids in there to be able to kind of pick and feel what they want, you know, and get it down and help them write the program as well. Because
How many days a week?
it'll be Monday through Friday. I'm focused on 3 to 6 because those are the hours that kids actually have boredom and delinquency if they don't have anything to do. They call them latchkey kids. But right now 3 to 6 is what I'm looking for. And we also have to train staff, because you can't just throw staff in there. You have to, these kids nowadays are very intelligent, they're just not tapped into. They're not, you know, they go to school, and then they go home, and then there's not much to do. They don't have computers. I drove through Sonia Quarters this weekend. I asked about 8 or 10 kids. 7 of them did not have computers. They had the phones. You can get, you know, they can Google stuff, whatever, but not the computers and the printers, because the ink's expensive. Well, that's one of the biggest areas we're going to focus on, is education, tutoring, homework support, contacting the teachers and our participants and having them bring a report. It works. The kids see that support and they like it.
And it's going to be free to the participants, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it's those programs.
And I guess in the large scheme of things, the dream would be to have transportation from school to the facility.
Yeah, and most of the facilities that you have, kids are supposed to walk. You know what I mean? And eventually we'll have one of these years we'll have a big community center, or community recreation center with a lot of rooms for a lot of programs.
Like back in the good old days.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
You really feel an after-school program is real important?
Oh, it's beyond important, because the kids, you have to empower the kids and create leaders there. And it's one of those, it doesn't just help them right now, but give it time. Give it a couple years, a few years, let them go to school, then they come back and serve, and before you know it, they're running the programs. And they know what they want. They know what they want.
Tell us about the community police participation with the Rec 2U. We saw some really fun video of them having apparently a great time playing with the kids.
Definitely. Former law enforcement officer, it was jaw-dropping to see the officers out there. You would think, a lot of people think nowadays that officers are just on patrol and stuff. These people actually cared. You can see it I saw a lot of news coverage, and being out there and seeing them doing the arts and crafts in full uniform, it was hot. It was really hot. Got a lot of respect for them, and they are definitely going to be part of the program, the after-school program, because the community policing is at Martin Community Center. So they want to be part of it. So I'm kind of having to say, okay, you know, they're excited about it. So, but I do really have to commend them and the chief and all them for helping us out. And there were other people that helped us. Safe Alex was really great. But can't do it without them, and I'm really impressed with that.
How else can the community help this program, or help you move forward in developing all of these programs?
A lot of the nonprofits or organizations, I've got to get back to my phone calls because I was out in the field.
Who's out playing?
There's a lot, you know, obesity, you know, domestic violence, different things where you can actually have the people come in. I would like them to contact me, and we'll have that information for sponsorships. Yes, we have a recreation tax, but that's generally for, maybe personnel and some infrastructure. We need the people to come in and to actually care for the kids and actually see that there's other organizations that care for them.
Terrific.
All right.
Wonderful.
Chris,
Good
thanks
news.
for coming.
Thanks for having me again.
Come
Good to
back
have you here.
come back when you
Glad
have
you're
more detailed plans.
Oh,
on
definitely.
what's taking
Well,
place.
first place we'll go.
Okay, terrific.
Going to tell you about motorcycle madness when we return.
After my husband's offshore rig accident,